StreamYard. We are live. Okay.
Yay!
Yay! Hello, everybody who is about to join us. Thank you for being here. We're just going to be crafting and chatting. I am OhMySophii. I'm going to let my pals introduce themselves and what they do first.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. I am Mira Scarlett, and I love to sew. Sewing is like my main thing. I still want to dabble in more armor, but yeah, I love making full costumes from scratch, and I mostly cosplay anime characters, but I'm really just all over the place. So,
I'm SynergyCraft. I mostly cosplay from Western video games for the most part. I do pretty much everything as far as foam, sewing, like. I try to get a little bit of everything in my builds. I try to build everything from scratch, and I love competing in contests, and I've judged some contests, so I really enjoy doing that.
Hell yeah. I'm OhMySophii. I would say, I feel like we're like a spectrum here because foam is my baby, whereas sewing is something I'm still learning, trying to get better at, basically. I really love sewing, though. I find it very therapeutic, but I've just always been more attracted to foam. So my goal is to be like a good combination of both eventually. And hello, people. We got some people in the chat already. So for those just joining us who may not have seen this format before, we are streaming to my Twitch, Mira's Twitch, and YouTube. But all of your stuff is in one chat. Like, hello, McMeme Dream. And then we also have Moon. Hello. See how we can bring up your comments. So if you have questions for us or just want to chime in on what we're talking about, what's up, Gilberto? We can bring up it like this, and you can chit chat with us. But otherwise, we're just going to craft and chat. Do the thing. Yeah. Oh, Mira, yeah. What are you working on?
Okay, so I had a sketch of it. It's actually not a cosplay. I was going to work on Ghidorah, but I don't have any wire for I've got these like Ava foam wings that I'm working on, and I want to put wire in them so that they kind of curve around like my skirt, and then I'm going to mold foam clay over that. So I don't have the wire for that, and then there's something else I'm missing. So I'm working on just kind of like this top thing that's loosely based on Black Lady from Sailor Moon, and I've got this tulle overlay I want to do, and I'm kind of trying to do like a strawberry dress type thing where I'm going to try to make vinyl cut moons to put on this and then put that over this.
Yeah.
And so I'm making poof sleeves for this, but it's not going to be a dress. It's just going to be a top. But
that's hella cute, though.
Yeah, I'm excited if it works.
I believe. I'm excited to see Dark Lady.
That sounds awesome.
Yes.
What are you working on, Synergy?
I am hot gluing chicken wire to EVA foam. Oh, there we go. To serve as like a structure for these gravity-defying coattails that I have in this cloak. I will.
Oh, that's exciting.
So it's a giant cloak. The inside is Yayahan Ultra Preme, like this blue. Oh, the outside is like this really crappy, cheap vinyl, but it's thick and it works. So basically, this the chicken wire serves as like the structure to keep it curved, and then the EVA foam will go against the Ultra Preme to keep it smooth so that you don't see like an imprint of like wire in it or whatever. It'll just be smooth there. And then the top vinyl, it's thick enough to where it'll cover the chicken wire. You won't be able to see it. So yeah, this is how I'm defying gravity.
That chicken wire is so clever. So in my Soren jacket, the little things at the bottom like stick up, like float. And I used garden wire, and it took forever to put so much of that thin wire through all of it.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. Chicken wire is amazing.
I've used chicken wire once when I did Celestia Ludenberg from Danganronpa, and I made her crazy big drill curls. And I used chicken wire, and then I sandwiched it between felt, and then I glued all the wefts onto it. And then, because the chicken wire didn't really keep the super like structure of it, so I had to use nylon thread and like sew each drill curl kind of like so it would stay in place.
Oh my god!
It was an intense project.
I can't believe I never even thought of chicken wire. That's so clever.
You have to be careful with it though, because like it will cut you. Like it hurts. You have to wear gloves. Like I didn't wear gloves for a while when I was like first shaping them, and I had like little poke marks in my fingers that wouldn't go away for like weeks. It sucked.
It's savage. The ends are so sharp. So yeah, you definitely got to be careful.
Black Cat, who are you talking to, Black Cat? They asked, who is she making? I'm making Princess Serenity. Mira's doing an original like fashion design based on Dark Lady. And what did you say, Synergy? Sorry.
I'm making Raven from Guilty Gear XRD. It's my husband's cosplay, and I have a Elfelt Valentine to go along with it. So it'd be one of our competition costumes for when those come back.
Yes, there's still virtual ones at least occasionally, except I never hear about them until like the day before it's actually happening.
It always seems like those show up like last minute or something. You hear about them, it's like, okay, well, good luck to them. I have everything ready.
We were just talking about this off camera too before you hopped in, Mira, about how it like online too. It's like they can't see your detail up close. It's so difficult. And like if you like Synergy was saying, if she were to win a contest, then when real shows come back, like physical shows, she can't compete in it, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
that's a good point, because I know a lot of competitions are kind of cracking down on the whole, like if you enter it into another competition, then you, even if you don't win anything, if you're in a part of the competition, if you don't heavily modify it, then you can't enter it again.
Yeah, I just feel like better safe than sorry. If I have something that I've worked on for like a year or whatever, and if I want to do it like on stage, then I might as well just save it for on stage kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel that. That's what I was saying about I entered my Vigar into a contest earlier this year, and that's the type of costume that it doesn't look, you can't see all my detail unless you're up close. You just can't. So I was like, oh, I kind of regret entering that. But when shows come back, I can compete for reals.
It's got to be absolutely difficult for like the craftsmanship judges too to like, I mean, because some people will have really high quality pictures and it'll like look awesome, and then someone else could have like a cosplay that's like better crafted, and like you can't even tell because like maybe they don't have as good a quality of photos that they had submitted or something like that. So it's difficult.
Yeah, because it also depends on your resources. Like if you don't have a good camera or a good video camera, like it's hard to capture all of your hard work and present that to the judges.
That's a really good point, actually. I didn't think about that. Ryan said, what, I don't think you should be able to enter if you win. Yeah, so that's like if you win a big contest, like you're not supposed, it's called sandbagging.
But it does happen a lot.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
If you don't win, you can totally still enter next one. Keep entering, man. Keep entering all of Ahoy Poisonous. Welcome, pals, for everyone just joining us. If you have any questions for any of us, I can do this and pop it up. What's up, Texas? And we can answer your things. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever had to get like a bunch of different gold trims. I have so many. Do you know how hard it was to get matching golds?
Why? Oh God, matching golds is horrible. It's a special hell.
The whole thing is freaking gold. And finding, I got so many fabric swatches for gold, and like nothing hardly worked. Like, wait, let me see. I've got. Oh wait, no, I think it's back here. I'm not gonna go run back there and get it. But yes, I know your pain.
Why is it so bad? Part of me was like, I wish I would have just bought white and hand painted them all or dyed them. Because
I actually did that for my boa, but the only thing I had to paint was I found these little toggle closures, and they were like slightly off of the gold color I needed that I was using for the paint on the details. So I'm just gonna use the same paint. I'm just painting these, okay? I don't care.
I don't care. I may end up painting them because I want them all to be the same, man. What's up, Catastrophe? What's up, Strange Sheep? We may not get to all of the highs in chat, but hello, pals.
Yes, hello.
Hello, friends.
Thanks for being here, friends.
I like that comment of seeing different colors of hair on stream tonight, like looking at a rainbow.
Right? I know it is. I'm here for it.
I see it. Man, I'm so tempted. Since I did the panel with Danica, and I met Kelton FX, who I had never
met before. I've messed with him for years. I love him.
I didn't know him before that day, and I scanned, but his hair was an icy blue. Like, I've been thinking about doing that blue, so I saw it, and I was like, Kelton, is that over?
He's gorgeous.
He's I'm a fan. I stand.
Yeah. I entered this contest. It was like literally almost probably, God, it might have been like 6 years ago. And it was one that Yaya Han was kind of hosting, and it was like a cosplay makeup thing. And I'd entered it with my Celestia that I'd made back then. And Kelton ended up winning the entire competition with his Dracula. And so I've been following him for the last 6 years. And I also commissioned him to make my Melina teeth, but I never finished Melina. And so, yeah, I never used it, but I'm still happy that I got to support him.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know he did commissions.
Oh, actually, I think I might still have them.
I am a fan. If you guys don't follow Kelton FX, I recommend checking out his work right now.
I do. Wait, those are different things. I don't know. I've got it somewhere.
That complex makeup, like special effects makeup and stuff, is so impressive. Like I tried body paint once. I tried to do paint myself purple for Amethyst from Steven Universe. It did not go well. I had like an anxious breakdown. I'm like, I'm just gonna be not the right color.
I am so bad at body paint. That's something I'm working on. Like,
I've never really taken the dive to do the body paint because I'm just a nervous wreck, but I do have an airbrush machine.
Oh,
there you go.
The only time I ever did it and felt good about it was last Christmas, April, and I did Jester and Ruby of the Sea. But I only had to do my face because April got me like a blue bodysuit.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt proud of that one. I was just like, oh yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I'm going to be attempting like body / face paint again with I'm making Sylvanas from World of Warcraft for Shadowlands for her new design.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a long time before it's like wearable or done or anything, but yeah, and I think I just have to do my face, but it's still like, oh god, I'm scared. I've been traumatized.
Mood.
Yeah.
David said the lumpy space. Oh my gosh, yeah, my friend Sissa did lumpy space princess. And it did not turn out well. It was very bad. The body paint. When it goes wrong.
Yeah, you gotta seal it. There's certain ways you can contour your face so it doesn't just look like a flat color. And also like, you have to contour and then you have to highlight.
Yep.
And then just sealing it and then like walking around in it is
just existing in it is enough to make you nervous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But people have come up with the whole, I guess, like body stocking type thing, but they make like the gloves out of a similar color or in the tights, so at least you don't have to paint like.
Yes. Well, I just read on that too. Poisonous Koala said cosplayers on TikTok who put their nails on their bodysuits and gloves. I do that.
Yes.
Easy. Oh, yeah, that's genius.
So much better.
It's a drag queen trick too.
Yes. RuPaul taught me everything I know about contouring my face.
Right.
I saw a Sam Fo above. Hello, pal. What's up, friends? We got lots of hellos in the chat. We may not get to all of you, but hello.
Thanks for being here.
So right now, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do her cute little, like the loops at the top of the dress, you know?
Like the circle thingies?
Yeah, so I'm hoping that this will work because I just love the detail on this up close. I don't know if you can really tell, but
yeah.
I can get those. We're going to find out one way or another.
They used to make a trim that was fairly similar to like that detail that's on the top of Serenity's dress.
Ooh.
And I feel like it was at Joann's, but I don't remember, and I don't even know if they still make it or what the deal is, but I remember seeing it.
Ooh. I did not see I found this, which I was going to I got a little bit just to see.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. Because I
want that for no reason. I just want it.
I do that sometimes. And Sam will be like, do you need all of this for costume? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I do. Yeah. Whatever. And then he's just like, wait.
Yeah, I definitely will one day. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
I promise. I think that's really cool, Synergy, that your husband cosplays with you.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
He puts up with it. He like helps me craft with stuff. He's a bit lower in like skill level. He's more like intermediate, whereas I'm like solidly in master when it comes to like competitions and stuff. So like the whole time, like I basically am like teaching him while we're working on stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. He can't craft nearly as often as I can because he like works like 60 hours a week, but it's always fun to like we like to compete together when we can and stuff. It's a good time.
That's awesome. So cute. What's up, Tokens? Hello. We keep talking about costumes we're gonna do together, but then I remember I have to make both, and I'm like, JK.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, oh man, I gotta do a lot of work.
Yeah,
that's true.
Poisonous Koala and KuroCraft both asked what we're making. So I'm working on Princess Serenity's dress right now.
I'm working on like a top inspired by Dark Lady from Sailor Moon, and right now I'm working on some puff sleeves for it.
I am making a structure for some gravity-defying coattails for Raven from Guilty Gear XRD2. So
Now I want to go back and like redo the whole bottom of my Soren dress since you guys told me about or jacket about the chicken wire.
there
Yeah.
you go.
So clever.
Gravity defying.
I dig it. That's one thing. So when I first started making costumes, I felt obligated to use the things I found at like Joann's, you know, like the things you're supposed to use. And it really changed the game for me when like I did a panel with Night Mage many moons ago when I was first starting. I love
He's awesome.
But he was talking about all the costumes he made from Dollar Tree supplies, and that changed my life, man. Knowing that I don't have to make everything from very specific materials.
Yep.
Yeah, I started out making things out of trash, so that's like my forte. And then I was like, wait, EVA foam exists? Wow, that sounds fancy.
Like, ooh, game changer.
Yeah.
I struggled forever with foam spikes. So my first armor build was Bologna from Smite, and making the spikes were trash because I just couldn't figure it out. But I was doing my best, man. And then I'm in that panel with him, and he's like all of my spikes are just those like cake icing tips from the Dollar Tree. And I was like, oh my God. That's
the cheat code. When you
that's really interesting.
Yeah. So I did that for a really long time. Honestly, it wasn't until I think Vigar, because you couldn't get spikes exactly like his, that I was like, all right, I'll learn. No more cake tips.
Okay,
I guess. Google's Raven from Guilty Gear. Oh, neat. I'm not super into fighting games, but I love their character designs. Yeah, Guilty Gear.
I love Dizzy's like my favorite from Guilty Gear, but I don't know if she's in the recent games or not or what. I haven't touched Guilty Gear in a long time.
She's still like one of the main characters. I haven't played myself, but I love the designs and I've got friends who play and stuff. I think Elfel is just killer. I love her giant dress.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I get back to working on Elfel and Raven soon. I just can't wait. I'm ready to do more torturous sewing because I'm going to have a bad time. But I'm excited for my bad time.
Torturous sewing?
Yeah. Like whenever I sew stuff, I always choose the most like absurd things to attempt to sew. And then I'm like all confused on why it's not easy. I'm like, okay. And I'd end up just wrestling my fabric like Steve Irwin style on a crocodile until it works. But it's always worked out eventually.
Yeah. It just takes a little bit of finagling, you know?
Yeah.
There are quality materials, Matt. No, I don't believe you. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, man, Dollar Tree has so many goodies you can use.
It really does. Yeah. If you're on a tight budget, you don't have to use like the craziest, most like, I don't know. Because it's like, if you're not making a costume for someone else and it's not something you're like, really, especially if you're not entering like a competition, you really have a lot of leeway with it, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Honestly, even with a competition, as long as it looks right as the finished product, it doesn't matter what kind of crazy stuff you use. So what matters is that like it's structurally sound and that it looks good when it's done. And like
when I judge contests and people are like, well, what did you use for this piece? And they tell me something absolutely wild, I'm always so blown away. There was lights once, really cool lights, and they were those dollar push lights from the Dollar Tree. And I was just like, game changer. Like, I don't even deserve to be here. You should be here. With all your knowledge. What are you doing?
We use so many of those battery powered like tap lights and stuff like that. And then I was like, wait, LEDs are an option? I was like, oh man.
I have a whole box of light gear for LEDs, and I still have not put lights in any costumes because I'm like nervous about them for some reason. It's like one of those things I haven't done yet. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I get that. I used to use like EL wire and EL tape back in the day. I feel like I had so much more, I don't know, like I was so more willing to try stuff like back in the day when I first was like learning. But now that I like know stuff, I'm like more intimidated and I'm like, stop being that way.
I get that though. Cause now I'm like, I have to do it right. Whereas before I was like, YOLO.
Yeah, exactly.
I was so afraid of making molds and doing resin casting for the longest time, and then I just finally like bought the stuff and did it, and I'm like, what the heck, this is like so easy and cool. I'm like, yeah, it's expensive, but it's super fun, and like I want to do it all the time.
Yes.
I resin cast my first jewels this year, and it was the same. I hadn't resin cast at all yet because I was like afraid of it, like it was intimidating. Or same with my Cricut machine. I got it last year, and my first time actually using it was like 2 weeks ago.
I still have a 3D resin printer that I bought last Black Friday, and I have not even freaking opened it and installed it yet or anything.
I was just Akioga just put up that she got one. I didn't know those existed until like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm like, what do you make with them?
I don't know a whole lot about them, but in particular, I know that they typically will print smaller files, but they're very high quality, which is where you don't even really need to sand them. So that's like the difference, I believe. So it's smaller. It's not as big of prints, but they print like really smoothly.
So it'd be good, like if you needed like a bunch of like identical spikes.
Like like tiny things, and I hate making like tiny accessories so much. So that's the main reason why I got it. Like I don't mind trying to make bigger stuff, but like just tiny little accessories, I'm just like trying to make them out of foam and stuff. I'm just like, so.
Yes, resin, something like small organic spikes are really common. Hell yeah, that's why interlocking parts. I hate making spikes. Now I want a resin thing.
They'll probably be on a decent sale during Black Friday this year because I got mine for about $350 on sale last year, which is pretty good.
So is that particularly different than like a 3D printer? Like, is it generally the same mechanics but with resin?
I really don't know. I don't think so, really. Like, there's definitely something different about it. I just don't know because it's not like you feed in like filament through it. You like put the resin in it and then it does something. I don't know if it prints it the same way or if it does. I don't know. But I know that Kiki Cannon, I think, has a few tutorials on YouTube about it that I've been meaning to watch. So should probably get on that.
I'm trying to decide if I want an embroidery machine or a 3D printer next. And then I heard about resin printers and I was like, because I just got a serger. April, the Walmart by her house, they had sergers on sale for $150.
Ooh, what brand?
They're brothers.
Ooh, is it the 1034D?
Ooh, let me look. Hold on, it's under the table.
Because I know that one is it's a good reliable one. Sometimes it's at like a really good price. I think I averagely see them at about 200.
Yes, 1034DX.
Oh, nice! I've got the 1034D that I got probably at least 4 years ago, maybe 5, and it's still going strong. I love my brother machines.
I feel like, so I used to have a brother sewing machine, and then I got a Singer heavy duty, and now when April brought it and it was brother, I was like, I feel like a seamstress house divided. Like my sewing machine is Singer, my serger is brother.
Before I got my first brother machine, I had a Singer quantum stylus, but I didn't really like it. It kind of borked on me. Yeah.
Ooh. I've had the same Kenmore sewing machine since like 2004. I wish I had a serger. That sounds fancy.
Oh yeah, Kenmore was the first sewing machine I ever had that my parents gifted me like 10 years before I started sewing.
Oh,
What's up? We have lots of peeps in the chat. Just stopping in. Hello, friends. Sorry if we don't get to all of you. We're crafting and chatting, but if you have any questions, we can do this. Look how cool.
Yeah.
Comic Man. Will, what's up? I'm back, but not for long. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. I hate missing craft streams. Well, thank you for being here, Will. Will was in the hurricane last night and has no power. So we're thankful that Will is safe.
Yeah. He's safe.
Hello, Dad. What's up, pals? Brothers is a good brand. Yes. Yeah, tokens. I don't think any of the alerts like that work because we're using StreamYard. So I think
I meant to pull up my stream labels so at least I can see if anyone like follows or does anything.
Yeah, you guys can still so Synergy isn't, you can follow her on the Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter, but she is not live on you have a Twitch though, right?
I do have a Twitch. Yeah, I just my internet's a little questionable with the uploads out in the country, so I haven't been able to really play with that too much yet.
You guys should go follow her anyway though.
Yes, you should.
And Mira and I are live, so you can follow, sub, bits, all those things. They just won't pop up on screen.
I do the YouTubes as well. I have tutorials over there.
Yes.
Yes.
I admire both of your YouTubes so much. I try so hard and then I forget it exists forever and I'm like, oh shit.
It's so much work. I don't know how Mira does it all the time. Like it's intense. Like
It is. It's a lot.
I can do like one tutorial every like 6 months or something like that. It's just so much time and effort.
I've been trying to push myself, but it is like content creation currently is my like full-time job right now. So I am trying to get maybe partner with YouTube because like I put like hours and hours of work in it and I don't see a dime until I get partnered, which is still a long ways away. So it can be kind of discouraging, but at the same time, I'm just like, I've got the drive to do it. I want to do it
because I started just doing Twitch this year and I kind of just really started YouTube. I've kind of had to decide which one I want to focus on. And I think it's Twitch. I just don't think I have the energy to do both with having just start. I'm still getting used to like streaming. Like it takes so much time.
It does. It's a lot.
And I don't get nearly as much work done, but I love being here and I love it. So like for all of the Sailor Scout wigs that I've been like dyeing and styling, I've been recording all of them as I do them. Will I ever get around to making the videos? Find out next time on
God. I have so many hours of footage that I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to like use this or like have the time to be able to use it, like to make a tutorial of it, but just tons and tons of raw footage of making stuff.
Big same. That's a big mood.
I thought about outsourcing, like hiring someone to edit the YouTube videos for me. But the one person I super trust, Malcolm, Eugene Photo Video, he does all of my cosplay music videos and stuff. He's so busy. I don't want to dump that on him. You know? Tropical depression north of me supposed to get hit with whiplash today and tomorrow. Oh, SynergyCraft, sending positive vibes, man. Stay safe.
Please be safe.
All I'm saying is that here in Kansas, 4 days ago, it was 85 degrees. I was in my shorts, and then the next day, everything was covered in snow and ice.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I'm in Nebraska and it snowed like Monday or whatever. And I'm just glad that like it melted in time to do like actual Halloween themed shoot yesterday. I was like,
yes.
Your costume is incredible.
Thank you.
Like, oh my God. I saw your spin video on Instagram. I'm just like,
that too blew my fucking mind.
Thank you. Cool. It was a lot of fun. Like I can't believe that I got it all done in like it was like 23 or 24 days or something like that.
That's impressive because there was a lot of detail on that.
The power of a real deadline, I tell you.
Right?
I remember in the days of shows, like so my Warrior Barbie costume, that was like 3 days because I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna sleep. We're just gonna power through this shit. I don't know where that energy came from, but Sophie does not have that this year.
Same. That's so much same for me. It's difficult like to get that motivation because like when you don't have deadlines, it's hard to, push yourself to do it.
Like I could be productive and do this thing, but like what if I didn't? Like no one's gonna come to my house.
Right? No one's gonna force me, no one's gonna judge me at the con or anything that,
It's also like I really want to make Sesshomaru. So that's my goal right now. So if I finish this dress and finish Vex, I can make Sesshomaru. So I'm trying to force myself to be like, do it, do the thing.
There you go. Yeah.
Heck yeah. I love Sesshomaru.
I know. And April's nearly done with her key list, so I'm like, I'm so behind. Okay, I'm going to do it.
I'm not quite sure how I should finish these ends. What did I do with my other ends? Did I just leave them pokey and dangerous? I did. I'm leaving this pokey and dangerous for now.
Could you hot glue them, maybe?
Yeah, I think last time I worked on it, I was just like getting the like most of the length on, and then I like left the ends till later. And I'm like, yeah, that's a problem for future Liz, so I'm gonna continue leaving that for future Liz.
Oh my God, that reminds me. When I was talking about how I used like the EL tape and EL wire back in the day, I did a Yoane Haku, which is a Vocaloid from Project Diva, and she had a Cyber Diver outfit. So the whole thing was like black vinyl and then purple lights. And it had like a high collar, and I had the lights going up from here and like down like this, almost like princess seams. Yeah. But when I cut the EL wire, I did not seal it, and I was at Dragon Con and I was sweating, and it started to spark right on my neck.
No.
And I was like, I feel like something's biting me or they're bugs. And it's like, no, you didn't seal your freaking electronics.
Oh my God.
And that's why I haven't worked with lights yet.
That's kind of funny though. That's like one way to learn a lesson for sure.
Oh, yeah. I will never forget that.
Yeah.
KuroCraft said, I never knew you all knew each other. I love how the cosplay streamer community is so vast yet so tight. Dude, yeah. Like,
thanks to you, Sophie. You've been like bringing a lot of people together, and like, it's just been awesome. So
being in this room alone working is like my own personal hell. I love being at shows. I want to be with people. Like, I am so extroverted, and I get my energy and my drive from talking to other creative people. So at some point this year, I was just like, how am I going to navigate? Like, how do I survive emotionally this year? And I was like, I guess I just start reaching out to people and going, hey, you want to stream with me? If they say no, they say no.
Yeah, but that's awesome. That's awesome. I always feel really awkward sometimes, like to reach out to people and like be social. So it's been a nice change.
Well, I appreciate that so much because I always worry that I'm super annoying. Like, I'm so always scared that people are like, oh my God.
Not at all. It's like thanks to you that I've gotten to like know so many like awesome people like through cosplay and stuff. It's great. I love it.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like maybe me and Synergy are more of like the type that like will work like kind of alone in our place and like stuff like, because that's more how I guess I am, even though I do like to live stream some of my craft content, but like I don't get a lot done when I'm live streaming, so I typically like to have my crunch time like off stream and like not talking to anybody and just watching stupid shows in the background.
Yeah. I very much love just like I'm fairly introverted and stuff. I'm more on that end of the spectrum, and like I really like to just like sit and listen to YouTube videos and just work on cosplay and not have to worry about anything else. And I rabbit hole into projects very often for sure.
So to get any work done, I have to work that way. But if I do that for I need to have like this, like talking about crafting and just doing little, and then that like charges my batteries and I can go into my cave and get real work done. But if I go too long with like speaking to other humans, I'm like, can't handle it, man.
Cannot do.
Also, Mira nearly duplicates herself with her costume. Oh, decapitates. I saw duplicates. I was like, what? What?
All my costumes are torture devices.
Whole ass mood. Who's ready for Halloween? Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
See,
I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm not really. I'm going to be streaming. My friend Cora's coming over because it's her birthday, and we're just going to play some scary games and eat some fun snacks.
Sounds like a good time.
Yes.
I'm going to sit at home with my husband and eat Halloween candy, and I think we're planning to watch the 90s The Witches movie. I know they're like have a remake, but we're going to watch the original on Netflix.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm thinking about streaming that night. I don't know really. I don't really have any plans. We have some really good friends that we like hang out with because like they quarantine and they're safe, so we feel comfortable seeing each other. They work at home, but she was just exposed to COVID, so they have to lock down at home. So we started having. I'm obsessed with Twilight. Don't judge me.
Okay, we all got our thing.
I'll just judge silently. No worries.
Yeah, I appreciate silently. But her husband Matt had never seen any of the movies, and last Sunday he was like, "You want to watch Twilight?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah! What?" And so we decided every Sunday because he liked it, and I was like, "Yes!" And every Sunday we were going to watch the next movie and introduce him to them. And then him and Sissa might have the COVID, and I'm like, "Wow, you've ruined Twilight Sundays! How dare!"
How dare you?
How dare
you? For sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss out on Edward now. Wow.
I now have 3 of my 9 coattails prepared.
Woo! Yes.
I'll just get that out of my way.
Toss it. I have a bunch of these little loops pinned together.
Nice.
It looks like
I has a poof. I has a bit of poof.
Okay, so do either of you have an embroidery machine?
No,
yes.
I am not fancy.
Well, mine is a sewing and embroidery machine. It's the LB5000 from Brother. So it can do both, but it just has like a 4x4 hoop. So it's not like super big or anything. But I mean, for like tiny details, it's pretty cool.
I just satin stitch everything and pretend it's an embroidery machine.
Yeah, you can doing like the really what
The tight zigzags.
Tight zigzags.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, is it narrow or is it tight? I don't remember the word. But yeah, those definitely can you can get some cool stuff done with that.
Mhm.
Really? I've never done.
Oh yeah, it's great. I've done that for so much gold trim on cosplays. Like, just put the trim on and then just go over the edge with the satin stitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did that for my my May cosplay from Overwatch, but it was the Lunar New Year version, the Year of the Rooster back in 2017.
Yeah.
So I found like a gold, I think it was like a gold satin, and then I just used heat and bond to put it onto the actual material, and then I just satin stitched around it, and it looked really good.
That is smart to use heat and bond for that. Me,
it
I
helps
literally
stabilize it.
I pin it or like I'll pin it in place and I'll just sew it and I'll just hope it holds still. Like I don't know why I hadn't thought about like heat and bond. Like that's so much more intelligent.
Yeah, it really helps stabilize it and then helps it not like pucker and wrinkle, since I know when you use like really tiny zigzag stitches like that, it really likes to pucker up and just give you a hard time. So yeah, heat and bond is like the best. Particularly I think I use like the heavy duty one, but if you are planning to sew it, it's good to use the lightweight because it doesn't make your needle all like gummy and gross. So
thanks for the tip. I'm definitely gonna use that in the future. That's very smart.
Yeah, I got a whole bolt of that stuff. So
nice.
I'm thinking about the combination machines. Just going back to that real quick. That is something I'm really thinking about.
Yeah,
looking into and maybe selling mine because I want to be able to embroider, but I also like the idea of just doing it by hand, like you were saying.
There is some really pretty embroidery you can do with like embroidery floss too.
What do you mean, like a combination machine? Is it like a
sewing embroidery?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, like I wonder, do I have my attachment nearby that makes this an embroidery machine? Let me see if I can grab it because I can just show you guys kind of how it works real quick because it's pretty neat.
I am intrigued.
Yeah.
Intrigued. The first time I ever saw so I was at C2E2 and Lucky Grimm. I can't remember what. Oh my gosh, it was a Mercy costume she does, but she had all of this beautiful detailed foam work, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did you do such fine details? And she was like, oh, I just cut it with my Cricut Maker, and I started asking more people about their fine foam details, and all of them were like, oh, my Cricut Maker, and I was like, these machines are a game changer. Like all of these,
they are
now. They're also very expensive.
I could not figure out for the longest time if I would actually
have my scan and cut, which is my favorite. It's my baby.
But I did end up asking for one for Christmas last year, and I've used it for like a few different things. I've recently used it for my Winifred for the stencils for the coat for fabric painting. And that was like, it saved me so much time. It was insane. I love it. I was like, yes, so glad I have that.
I used it
they're
for
really amazing.
All the little pumpkins on Sailor Moon's Halloween dress. And
that was really cool. I like that.
I would love to be able to shoot it if the snow goes away. It's melting. It'll be fine. So tell us, Mira, about the teach us.
So basically, here, I'll turn it this way so you guys can kind of like see it a little bit better. So right now it's in like sewing machine mode, but you can like take this little front part out, which is like the compartment thingy that you can store like Skittles and fun stuff in.
Oh yeah, the snack tray.
Right, the snack tray. And then this is like the embroidery attachment. So you literally just like slide that on here. Get my threads out of the way. And it'll once it clicks into place, the machine will kind of restart, and then it automatically loads into being like an embroidery machine. But you do need you have to change like the presser foot and stuff and all that, which I don't feel like doing. But then you can easily just take it back off.
Oh,
and it'll transform back.
Wow.
But see, it's got like a really small hoop, but I mean, it's like the size of my face, so it's decent.
Yeah.
I love that. Is it Joann's?
No, I know this model isn't. In fact, this one has been sold out for a while. But there might be another one. This is actually technically like a Marvel machine, but I don't have the plate on it because I just like that it's got a black plate because that's my aesthetic. But they have like a Star Wars one. So it's the LB5000M or S for Marvel or Star Wars, depending on what they have in stock. But it's very similar to the Brother SE400, which a lot of cosplayers have used and have gotten back in the day. So I know they've upgraded. They came out with some upgraded machines and stuff in August.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's some good combo machines that Brother has. I've had the SE400 for like 5 years, and then they sent me this one last year as part of a campaign thingy.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even need this thing right now. I'm just going to leave that off.
I have a Singer heavy duty. Also, what's up, chat? Happy birthday, Brennan. Hello.
Happy birthday.
Ace said, cool chair, Mira.
Oh, thank you. It's one of those nice gaming chairs, but I cover it up with my cute Kirby blanket that one of my viewers got me from a birthday.
I love it.
And I got my old lady back pillows. They're like stacked because it has decent support, but not good enough for old lady seamstress like me.
Old lady seamstress. Not today, last month. What is it then, Brennan? Never getting 2 tats in one day. Man, you got 2 tats in one day, Andrew. That's wild.
Ow.
Ow.
Where? Hopefully not like anywhere sensitive.
Yeah. Oh, it's your Twitch affiliate anniversary. Happy anniversary. Hell yeah.
Yay.
You aren't a real streamer until Token says until you have a DX racer chair. Is that wow.
It's like a meme.
My chair lights up. I'm a streamer.
I like my respawn because it has like a footrest.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
sweet.
Killer.
Yes.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
And Davis says, cricket is life. Yes. Oh no.
All good. Yeah, I didn't even hurt myself. I just made a loud noise, so I thought I hurt myself.
I do that. I'll just yell ow for no reason.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
But why?
Okay. Well, that looks way better than I expected for
Oh yeah.
the look.
That does look nice. I like that.
Oh, that's pretty.
We're gonna see. I get really crazy about like so I had to get the circle cutter because I get crazy about making perfect circles. I don't know why I have a thing about that. So off stream, I will panic about these all of night. Like everyone, like
Oh no.
I don't know what it is
feel
about
that.
circles, man. They're so hard to cut, right?
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
understand why it's gotta be so difficult, but it just is.
Who made circles the way they are? Why are circles? Why?
By the way, I was curious about something with the Cricut makers because when you are using a material, do you have to like manually put that in like the program, like what material you're using?
I think you can look it up. Like in the program, you just find the product that you're using, and it like changes the settings like within the machine. Like
Okay. Because I was curious about that because that's why I like the Brother Scan and Cut because it's got an automatic detection blade, so you don't even have to do any of that. It'll automatically tell exactly what the material is and adjust it based on that. And then you can also change stuff to like where you can do like a half cut, like when I was doing foam detailing, and it just scores the foam, and then I can just do the heat gun, and all the details come up, and it's like really awesome.
Oh yeah, I think they have a scoring knife or attachment for the Cricut. I just have like the regular blade right now, so
yeah. Because I keep bragging about the Brother. I'm partnered with them, by the way, but also I'm just like obsessed with the machine because I almost got a Cricut 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just never invested in it because I just couldn't really afford it at the time because I know they're like about $350 for the makers and stuff like that. But when I started working with Brother, like I know like most people don't even know they have cutting machines.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah. And I'm really impressed with it, to be honest. And I've kind of wanted to use a maker just to see the difference between the two because I know that Cricut makers have a lot more accessories and a lot more stuff, but like I haven't had to get a lot of extra stuff for my Brother machine.
Well, that's nice though.
Yeah.
I didn't know Brother made one actually.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think anyone knew. I think they came out for the first time last year, and then the SDX 85, which is the one I have now, they just came out with in September. So
Interesting.
So the problem, I was showing you guys this off screen, but my maybe celestial armor idea, the problem I had was I got the knife you're supposed to use to cut foam on the Cricut, but even though I put more pressure, it did not cut all the way through. So like I don't think you can really see the lines here. I've had to cut these out by hand over the lines it already cut. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not sure why either. Maybe I don't even know. Like I haven't tried to use foam in mine yet, but
This was my first time, so I'm totally open to the possibility that I just did it hella wrong.
Well, another a downside to it is I know that the foam will really dull your blade.
Yeah.
Fact,
Yeah.
You know what I really want to try? Yeah. When I was doing my boa Hancock and I had like those 7 panels of the huge like crane birds on each skirt panel, and then I also had a detail around the arms and stuff like that. It like killed my blade. Really? But it was a lot of foam work. But I kind of want to use. Do you guys use the diamond sharpener for box
No,
cutters?
but I want one. I want
one too. It's amazing. I tested it for the first time the other day using like these really crappy box cutters, even though I do have like a really fancy box cutter I got from Famore, which is somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. This thing is sexy. Look at this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's got black blades and it's got multiple blades in it. I love it. But I've got just a box of cheap box cutters, and yeah, using the diamond sharpener, it makes it like new again. It's insane. It's amazing.
I need one. That is amazing.
You should definitely get one.
I just like run, like I rub my craft knives against sandpaper, and I'm like, I hope this works. It kind of works a little bit, but I need like some sharpening tools for sure.
Yeah, I've heard that's definitely a good alternative.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the sharpener is like, I think it's like $20 on Amazon or something, and so I'm just like, yes.
What?
Yeah, it's not very expensive.
Well,
I'll have to send you a link.
Yes, please do. I would love to. Okay, what's happening? Oh no, in the trash we go.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a mood.
This gold is just slightly different, and I know it's going to make my brain crazy.
I hate that.
Don't worry, you can always paint it later.
That is true. You're right. Let's see what we got here. So most crickets have a knob with various materials listed. If you turn the knob. Oh, so mine, I have the maker, and it doesn't have any knobs, but in the program on the computer, I can go through and pick from literally like, it appears to be like hundreds of materials.
Yeah. I've seen like tutorials on it, and when I saw that, I got like a little bit intimidated because I'm like, whoa, like that's a lot of stuff.
Well, that's so Sam brought it home last year to surprise me, and I was like, yay, because I've been talking about one, and I didn't use it like literally until like last month, and for all year he's been like, why aren't you using it? I'm like, I'm scared of it. Well, no, I take that back.
Yeah.
So I tried to use it on my Cyberpunk, and me and Termina did the Cyberpunk Android 18 and Bulma costumes. Yeah. And on 18's like skirt thingy, it has the Red Ribbon Army. So I did try to use it once last year for that, and it sucked all the vinyl in and made a loud noise and spit it out. Like, because obviously I had done something wrong. So immediately I was like, no, I quit. I hate it.
What are you talking about? That's exactly how it's supposed to work.
That's so funny.
So I was like, so Sam was like, are we just going to sell it? Are you ever going to use it? And finally this month I used it. And then immediately I was like, now I want an embroidery machine. And he was like, when are you going to use it? 2021?
Right.
Maybe. Why are you judging me?
I mean, you have it forever. Why you got to use it right away? You know, you got to sit there, think about it, appreciate it before you break it. You know,
yeah.
Before you break it, I like that.
I have dropped it on the floor, but it's okay. Sturdy. John Man says, I don't even have a Cricut. I just cut the foam and vinyl for my cosplay by hand using patterns. That's, yeah, man, that is the way most people still do it for sure.
I still got an X-Acto knife just in case I need to do that, you know?
Yeah. I clearly have not had success yet, but we're going to get there. Stage Ninja, what's up? Hello. Hello. Have a good night. Awesome, Andrew. Try a whetstone grit at 2,000 grit. Oh, for sharpening. Yes.
When anyone says whetstones, I just immediately think of Monster Hunter. They used to have whetstones in the game. Oh wait, they do still have it, but you don't have to actually like mine for them. It's like never goes away, which is good. So at least in World. But yeah,
that's one of those games that I admire from YouTube videos. I haven't played, but I just love the designs. So I watch other people play it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it so much.
Nova said, so after these pieces, do you have any series you're looking at for new designs? My cosplay list is already filled until like 2024, so I'm trying not to look at anything. What about you guys? What are you thinking?
I have to finish Venusaur. It's like eventually one day.
Your Venusaur. That's how I found you.
Thank you. Yeah, I need to finish that. I'm like in a fight with the chiffon with it, so we're not talking right now. I'm gonna give it a break, and then I gotta finish El Felton Raven from Guilty Gear. And then I have Sylvanas, her new design from Shadowlands for World of Warcraft. I want to like do that like so soon. I want to do it like right now, but I'm trying to not let myself until I get at least Venusaur done.
Yes.
And I mean, I've been kind of open to other plans outside of that because like I don't know where my motivation and creativity is going to be at or how long we're going to be dealing with 2020 and all that stuff. So kind of just like seeing where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a whole mood.
What do you got for plans, Mira?
Yeah.
Well, I've got my Ghidorah original design that I've been working on kind of like on and off, but I've been kind of diving into more like fashion stuff just because I've just been really inspired to like do that lately.
Oh yeah.
But I've got like a whole folder full of cosplays that I want to do. And I know I have fabric saved up. I still want to, I've got like vinyl for Ray's plug suit, like when she's injured at the beginning of Evangelion. So I want to do that. But then they also came out with these new plug suits for the new movie that's coming out.
Yes.
So those are kind of cool, even though I feel like they could be way cooler, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, it's like, and I was working on Shinobu from Demon Slayer, so I've got like materials for that. But when I was making the like her uniform, like not the kimono, because that's what I'm most excited about.
Is that the girl with the green and pink hair?
No, it's the one with the purple and black, and she got the butterfly.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I wanted to make that specifically because I wanted to make the kimono and just do it a really fun, crazy way. Yeah. So I got that. And then I also was working on Speed of Sound Sonic from One Punch Man. I was remaking that because I've already cosplayed him, but I wanted to remake him because I'm crazy. And I have a whole folder full of things that I want to do. It's just it's madness.
I am so fixated on, so April is almost done with Keyleth and I have to work on Vex. I have only made the vest for Vex and not even like the detail part. But I keep like, I really want to make it, but you know, like other things like jump in your head and you're like, I have to do this one right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was Princess Serenity. And then Malicious K, she's going to be my Dark Lady. We're going to do those together next month. And so I'm like, okay, so I have to finish this now. But now all I can think about, literally, I keep saying it, is Sesshomaru. Like, I can't get it out of my head. I have all the stuff to like, get started. So I look at it, and like behind the computer is several empty dress forms. And I just look at them like, okay, but what if?
I actually still have fabric for Kikyo. I bought like some nice linen to make Kikyo. So I've got that too. And just like, so much stuff.
I just remember the years before 2020 when I could have, made a couple of these in a month or two when motivation was a thing. You remember?
Yeah.
I remember.
Having drive.
Yeah.
Right.
I think like I've only made, I've made 4 costumes this year. And that includes like fun, quick ones putting together. And that's absolutely crazy because I was rocking 1 a month for the last year.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was just telling my husband the other day, like, if you would have told me like back in like January, like, hey, I know you're like planning to make like 5 cosplays right now, but none of those are going to get done, but you're going to make a cool Winifred Sanderson. And I'd be like, are you out of your mind? Like, why would I not get my cosplays done? That's insane.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Here you are.
Womp womp.
Right.
I was planning to finish Ghidorah for I was going to go to Anime Expo for the first time this year, and then womp womp.
Yeah.
That's the noise of 20. I do that to Sam all the time. I'm like womp womp.
Yep.
That's it.
It was supposed to be my first ASIN this year.
It's gonna be my first Dragon Con.
Oh man,
that sucks.
We're all struggling. Big ripperonis.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? You know, not much. Just try to adapt and live with it.
That's why I'm so thankful for things like this. Being able
it definitely helps.
Yeah. Oh, I really like the way that looks. Okay. Nova said, for Vex, are you doing Fenfress or different? Fenfress, yeah. Don't even remind me about that. I always forget about my props. So I always make my whole costumes and then I'm like, hey, I'm done. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, I'm not. I have to make
How can you forget this sweet baby prop?
Always. I don't know, because that's one of my favorite, like, part, because it's usually foam, right? So I'm really into it. But for some, it's like, so I'm really proud of my Soren sword. I don't know if you guys saw that. I just put up a post with my sword and stuff. But that sword was made in 12 hours because I had the shoot planned. We had it all scheduled. Well, it's probably a little bit long. Let's say one day. But it was like midnight and the shoot was not the next day, but the day after that. And I was like, oh shit, Soren has a sword.
Oh my god!
On it, and the boating I put in it isn't. Even though, okay, there's wooden dowels inside of that sword because it's all I had on hand to just do it, but it's still floppy. So
gotcha.
Yeah,
Warbler's the only thing that kept mine like safe and secure. My Arya Stark's needle. I had to cover
it. I've never used Warbler ever.
You need to do it now. It will change your life forever. I promise you. Like I didn't use it until a year ago. And then I started using it and now I want to use it for everything. It's like a cheat code for cosplay, I swear. It's so good. Oh yeah. It's so easy to use. Like if you can sculpt even in the tiniest degree, you can use Warbler and you can do amazing.
Okay, well, I'm so happy you said that because everybody else and their mom that I've ever mentioned Warbler to has been like, no, don't use it. You don't need it. So
yeah, a lot of people
you need it.
Warbler for some reason.
You need it. You want it. Don't listen to the haters. Warbler is the greatest material on the planet for cosplay. I promise you, you will not regret it.
Okay,
this is how serious I am about Warbler. Like I love it.
I'm gonna buy some, and I'm gonna, you know, I keep saying I'm gonna try and do this YouTube thing, or I'll do a live stream, and I'll be like, if I hate it, this is on Liz, and we're gonna go talk.
Yeah, there you go. Go for the black Warbler, 100%.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I heard that the Michaels stores, if you guys have a Michaels craft store, that they were like putting a lot of them on clearance and stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to craft stores during that time, and I'm like, man, I'm stupid. I should have just gone out and braved the world and looked for my clearance Warbler at Michael's.
I didn't do it either.
Yeah, I usually just stock up on Black Friday, and I'm good for like a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do that.
Where do you buy the black Warbler from online?
So I've been getting mine from Dick Blick.
Yeah.
When they have theirs on sale, that's what I go with.
Gotcha. Cool. I was curious.
Yeah.
That's where don't they always have deals on Warbler nearly like always?
Usually their prices are good. Also cosplaysupplies.com is a good option too. Like if you want to like compare prices, those would be the two that I go through. You should also like if you're gonna work with Warbler, I highly recommend getting like a set of like sculpting tools. Like you can use metal ones, like that's what I use. And those have been amazing, like metal sculpting tools with it. I love it.
I have metal tools or sculpting tools that I use for my foam clay. Would those work?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Cullen's Workshop? Hello, Lily.
Hi.
Welcome. If we miss some of chat, we don't mean to.
We promise. We get distracted with chatting and crafting, all that fun stuff.
I also print all my stuff, so don't take my word. Man, I need a 3D printer as well. Like I want one so bad. Me too.
I feel like I'm the only person who's like 3D printing. Nah, not for me. I'll pass. That's cool, but I'm like, I have to make things with my hands. I don't know what it is. It's just like super rewarding. I feel like nervous and like I feel like I need to do stuff with my hands all the time. So.
Oh yeah.
My concern about a 3D printer is I'm incredibly impatient. Like when I want to do something, I want to do it now, and we're going to do it. And I know that some things can take quite some time.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would start printing it and then be like, I could have made this shit out of foam by now.
Right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have to unless you're like just getting a file that already exists, you have to do create the model for it or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And then send it to the printer, and then you have to wait hours and hours and hours for it to print. And then you got to sand it and all this crap. Yeah. That's like, I'm just like,
one of the things I thought was really cool, and one of the reasons I was like, maybe this would be a good investment was, I don't know if you guys follow Suitsuru.
I
I
don't
think so.
She is absolutely lovely. I had the pleasure. We were guests together at Cincinnati Comic Expo. She's wonderful. I recommend following her. But she uses her 3D printer to make things for like her patrons and her OnlyFans.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she makes unique rewards that are one of a kind with it, which I think is a really great use of that.
That's a really good idea. I like
Yeah.
that.
Just like little things that go along with like costumes that she's made that month or whatever. Like that would be cute, like to make a mini Princess Serenity, like send it to people, or a little crescent moon.
Oh my god.
3D printers are a great force multiplier. You can print something while sewing foam work. Yeah, that's true too. Being able to do multiple things at once.
That's a good point.
I keep trying to get my group of friends that doesn't cosplay, like my normie group of friends, like I'll get in our chat and be like, okay, but what if I buy you pizza and you come over and sew and cut some foam for me? And try to, like, you know, get like a group situation going, and I just can't get them to agree to it. And I'm like, man, come on, bro.
Help a sister out. Come on.
My mom loves hand sewing though, so anytime I have hands, and she likes to be a part of my costumes.
Aww.
So anytime I have hand sewing, she's like, do you need me to sew tonight? You want me to sew for you? Is there anything I can do? And I'm like, yes, Mom. Heck yeah, there is.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, you can help.
I'm that person that's literally like, I don't trust anyone to help me with my costumes. I'm like, I'm doing it all myself. I just, yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I'm kind of along that line too, except for like I'll try to like I'll always be like, yeah, this job right here, this task, this is errand work, and I'll like tell my husband like, this is something you need to do, please do this, thank you, like all my priming and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, come on. Let me see.
I'll check the comments. Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you. I do.
Wolf Rider first live stream like this I've watched. Oh, I hope you're enjoying it.
Yes, welcome.
Printing
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I was just looking at this one because I know Nona does a lot of like armor and stuff like that, armor and props and stuff. So yeah.
Multitasking model. Hell yeah.
Yes.
So I was just about to be excited that you could. So when I stream with people normally and I tell them they can touch the comments, they're always like, no, it won't work for me. But now I know they've all lied to me because it just worked for you.
Yep, it worked for me. I wanted to try it.
I got a list and I'm coming for you.
Liars.
You liars. What's up, Hungry Senpai? Resin printers are insane, though. They're invaluable for small designers, and the price is finally dropping. I am very interested.
Yeah. Like I said, I got mine for around $350, and I think a lot of them are dropping to like that kind of range. So it's about the same price as like a Cricut Maker.
Yeah.
And
nice.
yeah, they just seem very awesome. Can't wait to finally open mine up and stop being intimidated by it.
I'm glad I'm not the only person who does that with new machinery, though. That makes me
I'm
feel
the
better.
worst. I still haven't even used my freaking airbrush machine yet either because I get scared.
I'll tell you what, airbrush is something to be scared of. That or I just have a really bad machine.
Yeah, like I've
Mine-
heard they can get clogged easily
Yeah.
and like all this stuff, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. So
yeah, like the amount of cleaning that you have to do, like anytime you change a color, like
gotta
it's
clean it,
just
like,
like you better go to
thoroughly.
the sink and just rinse everything out. It just takes a long time. But the gradients
Yeah.
like are just so worth it though. If you really need a good gradient, yeah, it's worth it.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say so Termina Cosplay, she has a big beautiful workshop, like it's fantastic, and so she has an airbrush station, and she was showing me how to like clean them, but did look daunting, but then like what it did to her armor blew my mind, like
Yeah.
it elevated it. So I have one in my Amazon that I'm like, oh, I gotta buy it, but I know I won't use it forever. I'll be intimidated as well. I'll be like, okay, but I have it.
I know, I'm trying to get over my fear of it. I'm like, I've watched a bunch of tutorials and I'm like, I know I can do this, but like just making myself do it sometimes is just such a task. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Mood. So that serger I've had for a week now, and I've never used a serger before, just to be clear, and I'm scared of that.
they're intimidating. Just sewing, like not sewing, threading them is the worst part because you open it up and it looks like a freaking torture device.
Like, there's
I do have a
45
tutorial on on threading the 1034D serger.
Oh,
I think it's probably similar to the new upgraded one. I would assume.
oh, well then I will be using that.
If my tutorial's any good. If not, just go to Talk Customs channel because his is really good too. If mine is like not easy to understand, he's got a great one.
I got a 3D printer around Christmas a few years back, and my first prints were Christmas ornaments. That's so cute.
Aw. That's such a good idea.
See, especially tools, because like, so this is my full-time thing as well, making all these things. So I feel like I need these tools for the trade, but I'm like, if I can incorporate them into the rest of my life as well, like if they get, then it's a worthy investment.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So Wolf Rider asks, what got us into cosplay? What got you guys into cosplay?
Well, I made my first cosplay in 2006 when I was like 15 or 16 or something. I got into it because I was just crazy about Naruto and I loved Sasuke Uchiha, and I was like, hey, we're gonna go to a convention. We have to have a cosplay. So me and my friends cosplayed from Naruto, and I just like loved it since then and just continued. When I got into competitions, that's when I really started going crazy about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love that. What about you, Mira?
Technically my first cosplay was when I was like 8 years old. And I made my mom helps me make most of it, obviously, but I made like Sailor Moon out of like a t-shirt, and like we kind of put stuff on it and just got like, a little skirt. And my mom would I had bangs back then, and she would take curlers and do my bangs to where they would kind of have like that heart shape in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And so she helped me do that. And then what got me into like making my own cosplays was in 2012 when Diablo 3 came out. And the Spiral Cats cosplay team did some just really insanely awesome Diablo cosplays. And I got really inspired from that point on. And then I started teaching myself how to sew. And now I am here doing the things. Doing the things.
So I'd only seen cosplay on MTV, and then my best friend Lisa, I was like, just on TV.
Oh, on TV. I thought you said MTV. I was like,
yeah,
what?
that's what I thought too. I'm like MTV has cosplay.
No, on that like G4 Attack of the Show, I would watch.
Oh
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it was my favorite, and I thought it was so cool. But I was like, that happens in California, and
Right.
then I met Sissa, my best friend, and she was like, we just met, and she was like, come with me to ACON in Dallas, Texas, which is an anime convention. And TLDR, I walked in and I like found my people, and I wore an old Halloween costume, and I was embarrassed because everyone's costumes were so beautiful. And so I was like, I don't even want to be here anymore. I look so dumb. And people like, didn't even know, were like coming up to me and going, are you this person from this anime? And I'm like, clearly I'm not. And they're like, oh, let's make you up an OC. And just that sense of community. And these people rallying. I cried. And every time I go back to ACON, I get a little too drunk and cry about it. Every time.
That's so precious. I love that.
I just remember coming home and being like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And my family and everybody was like, well, get a real job, maybe. And I was like, no, okay, but only for a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to do this. But that's before there even like was an industry. So people, like, no one was really, there was, but not like it is now, where there's so many working. So everybody was like, that's not a thing, And I was like, it's good. I can tell in my soul it's going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
heck yeah.
Ahead of your time.
I knew. And it's cute because I know my parents they're awesome. They've always been so supportive. But I know in the beginning, they were certainly a little bit like, oh, okay, what's happening here? But now, like, my mom likes to help me. Like, so my dad, like, made the table I'm working on. Like, they're so involved, and I love it. So
that's
awesome. That's so sweet.
Yeah, Kara, it's not a phase, Mom. No, it's not a phase. Cosplay's life. Yeah. It is. Do you before you guys started building cosplay, did you expect it to like become such a big part of your, because I feel like you can't really do like everyone once you start doing it, it becomes like most of your life.
It's like a lifestyle. Just
it is.
I had taken a break when I was in college. I took a few years where I didn't make cosplay, I didn't go to conventions, I didn't do anything. I went through a phase where I was like, yeah, cosplay's lame. Only lame nerd weirdos do that. But then, like, I came back around to it a few years later. I'm like, why did I ever stop? Like, what's wrong with me? So, I guess I didn't ever think it was going to be like such a big thing in my life or like just in general. But I don't know. I did it more and I liked it, and so I just continued doing it. And I'm like, I feel alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've always been obsessed with anime, and then my brother is like the gamer of the family, and then my dad's always been into Marvel Comics, so I've been around it my whole life. So like I knew that cosplay would like always be a part of my life. And then before I started teaching myself how to sew, I actually wanted to be a manga artist, and so I used to do a lot of my own like comics and stuff like that. But then I couldn't go to out of state to go to an actual like college like for art and whatnot. I wanted to go to SCAD, but my parents were like, no, that's expensive as hell and it's out of state and blah blah blah. So I ended up settling for majoring in like retail and fashion merchandising. And I took a class that was about fashion product analysis and assessing the quality of garments based on how they were constructed. And that's when I got inspired to start like really learning how to sew and then incorporate it into cosplay and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's
awesome. I know the joke is like, you know, cosplayers get tired of being asked, how did you start cosplaying? And I get that. But at the same time, I do love hearing people's like origin stories.
I love talking about how I got into cosplay and like just it's just been like a big development. So I'm like, I will talk about it all the time. I don't
Yep, absolutely.
Hello, Victor. What's up? Welcome. Okay, all of these. So, okay, I have a question for you guys, because maybe there's a better way I could be doing this. So right now I'm just taping them because I'm just trying to figure out where they go. But the ends obviously fray of like, I usually just burn them with a lighter. Is there a better way?
You can get spray check. That might help.
Spray check is a way to go with it. Burning it is usually what I do. Or you can, I mean, are the ends going to be shown at all? Or are you just trying to like?
I mean, I want them to be really seamless because like there's tape on them right now, but I think it certainly will. I think they really need to be tight, like closed nice and tight.
Yeah, I would say super glue, but there's a good chance the cyanoacrylate will leave a white residue behind.
Yeah, you could get some like you can find some embroidery floss that matches the gold. Since it's kind of thicker than thread, you could just kind of weave into the ends of it and then just kind of wrap it around and like kind of weave through it to kind of like conjoin them together.
Yeah,
I've done something like that before, but yeah, like you can kind of in fact, when I did, I worked in alterations, and when we would have to like take in a dress and then like kind of combine the, if there's any trim or anything, combine that together, I would just like start weaving and hand sewing through it and just kind of like, I kind of just made it up.
Yeah, that's
but yeah, it's pretty easy to like conceal if you can find like a similar thread. So I would suggest that.
I do have several gold threads because I was like, one of these will match. That yes. Okay.
One of them will work.
My concern is like sometimes you burn things, you know, you can see a little bit of the singe. And I don't want people to be like, wow, Princess Rendy been in a battle.
I mean, she kind of has, but
I don't know her life. I mean, I stopped basically Davis says mostly because it's hard to dress up for cons when you're on con stuff. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I never thought I would miss like the waking up at 6 a.m. to get into costume so much. Like,
oh God. I've never done that. I've never woken up before 9 a.m. before a con.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm always late. Like, but I've only competed once, which was at TwitchCon, which was like the most stressful day of my entire life. But yeah, I'm just not much of a competitor. Usually when I would go to cons, I would just go there to like drink and be stupid with my friends. And then I just like to make costumes because I just enjoy it. And I just like to be the character. But that's just,
Yeah, I'm the type that like I'll stay up at the con until 4 a.m. and then I'll get up at like 6 a.m. and I have to get into cosplay for a competition. So and I'm like, this sucks. Oh well, I'm just gonna go for it. Like it's just one weekend, you know. I can suffer.
I used to, I like it, like A-Con, I'll get really drunk at and stuff like that, but I didn't know when I started like working with shows as a guest that you can ask them you can give them a schedule. So I've always just let cons schedule me to get there when like the show opens and be at my booth. So gotta get up at like 6 or 7 and get in costume because you gotta be on the show floor for VIP time, or like, you know, they usually have like early walk-in, like VIP or early bird or whatever. And I only found out the one show I got to do this year, GalaxyCon Richmond, I was chatting with them and one of the girls was like, oh, you could have given us different times if this is too early for you. And I was like, you what? And she was like, yeah, you can tell us what you want for booth times. And then my contact at Planet Comic Con, I messaged and they were like, yeah, do you want your booth time to be noon? And I was like, what?
Oh my god!
No, I could do this.
I know when I compete, I always try to go and talk to like the person in charge of the contest and like get as late of a prejudging time as I possibly can, because I know how absolutely difficult it's gonna be for me to be there like before like noon. I'm like, because it takes me like it literally. I give myself like 3 or 4 hours to get in cosplay for competition, because I have to like take breaks or I'll like start freaking out and get all anxious and stuff. Also, the hangover thing.
Oh yeah, that too.
When I started working for shows, I stopped drinking because so I was at Wizard World, Oklahoma with Night Mage. This is the first time I met him, I think. And Night Mage likes to give everyone shots. That's his thing.
Mm-hmm.
People do that on the con floor, but he's not afraid of anything. And I wanted to be like with the group, so I was like, yeah, let's get drunk. It'll be fine. I had to leave my booth to puke so many times on Sunday, which is super unprofessional. So I was like, okay, Sophie can't.
A little bit.
You make it to the bathroom, they don't know.
That's true. But I'm like, how is Night Mage? He blows my mind. That man can drink so much. And then the next day he's there at like 5:30 in the morning, like, okay, ready to go. Best. And I'm like, not really 5:30, but I mean, like, he's there an hour before everyone else. Like,
that's cool, though, being able to party hard and being the first one there.
Dude,
that's iconic.
Not me. Yeah, dude. No.
Goals for me.
That ain't me, though. The wisdom of these. Oh, thanks, John. He said the wisdom of these amazing ladies.
Oh, thank you.
I heard that Mira's origins was that she was once bitten by a radioactive waifu. Then she got anime super. Yes, hell yeah.
I wish it had been that easy. That would be pretty sweet.
That would be dope. What's up, Dabs?
Oh yeah, my cat. My cat's name is Tamamo. She was going into my craft room and I had to freaking get her from underneath my table because she goes into an area where I can't get her. So I'm like having to grab her and then I pick her up and then she gets settled on my shoulder. I'm like, okay, you can hang out for a moment.
Everything to her plan.
Right? She calculates all of this.
Oh, that's. Can you say the name again? I can't pronounce it right.
It's a Tamamo.
Tamamo.
Tamamo. Yeah, it's
the source of powers.
Technically, it's from like history, but Fate, Grand Order. There's a character named Tamamo, and it's a berserker, and it's like this like cute cat girl. So yeah, we named her after that.
Nice.
Texas says, I'm going to get going. Nice to hang out with OhMySophii as well as Mira and Synergy. Have a great day, Texas. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Texas Holden.
You're like Green Lantern. I love that.
Oh my God. In a way, yeah, I'll take that. Let's see, where's that piece of stuff that I've been playing with?
Sam is a beast. Why is Sam a beast? Because he fits up with me, Davis? Is that what you're saying? Because if so, you're correct also.
It's like that is an accurate statement.
That is accurate. We were talking about a while ago, like it was some virtual panel we were doing, but we were talking about, this, there's always like that, oh, I want a cosplay girlfriend. And then you hear their husbands and boyfriends being like, no, you don't.
You really don't.
You really don't.
My friend Catherine made like her name's Coffee Cat Cosplay, and she did of the meme where it's like what people expect a cosplay girlfriend to be, and it's like two cosplay girls hanging on the guy, and then like in reality it's got the guy in the corner holding all of their shit, and then they're just over there talking and like ignoring him, because that's kind of accurate.
That's truth. Or like you're like I do things in the house I shouldn't, and that's something that I think that they don't think about. Like, there is definitely contact cement all over our living room floor.
Yeah,
where I spilled it and had to hide it under it. Yeah, I've spray painted. If I can get away with it, man, I've spray painted in the house before, and he's walked in and be like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Doing work? How about work?"
No, sometimes it's too humid outside. You gotta do what you gotta do. The cosplay's gotta get done.
It's for the art, man. Sacrifice your lungs for the art. No, don't be safe.
No.
I'm always afraid someone's gonna like clip part of that and be like, Sophie doesn't believe in cosplay safety.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, can we do
I'm pretty sure every cosplayer and cosmaker has inadvertently done something very unsafe they definitely should not have done before. Like,
Oh, for sure.
everybody's had that moment where it's like, oh, yikes, I shouldn't do this. Gonna
But I'm
do it
gonna.
real quick. Yeah.
Davis, how many mornings did Sam drag my ass to get the booth? Oh, yeah. So before I used to travel alone, my husband used to be able to travel with me, and that was awesome. And Davis used to travel with us, Catastrophe, because if I wasn't ready to go to the booth on time, I could send them down to set up the booth and hang out there.
Oh, wow, that's sweet.
So I'd be like, please go. But now it's just me, and I'm like,
Oh,
but I'm
It's a
very,
lot of work.
I'm prompt now, man. I used to be late always, and now I'm punctual.
Heck yeah.
It's just me, so I gotta be. I want to cosplay. Girlfriend, are you sure about that? Are you really sure? No.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
I promise. When you wake up at 3 a.m. to the smell of metallic spray paint and quiet sobbing in the other room.
yeah.
That is so,
That's
that is
accurate.
so accurate.
I remember, I don't know if you guys follow Papa Bear cosplay. He's amazing.
Oh, I think I discovered them from you.
Yeah, he is. Oh my God, he's so wonderful. He once told a story on a panel about how his partner came home from work, and on the, like the mesh screens on Windows, there was just the outline of a gun where he had spray painted out the window inside, but didn't think about how it would get on the mesh.
Oh,
so he walked
God.
up to the house, and there was just this outline of this big gun.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's so hilarious.
That resonates with me deeply.
Oh my God.
That is definitely something I would do. Oh no. Yeah, no, man. Or like, I didn't know, because I'm too stubborn to ask questions. When I first started using foam, I didn't know that the smell of foam was toxic.
Yeah, when
I
you
didn't
heat
know
it, right?
either.
Yeah. Like, no one tells you. So I just let the house fill with that. And we'd all be like, why do we all have headaches?
Yeah. I had one of the first tools that I got when I started working with like craft foam was a wood burning tool. And I had like no idea that it was bad. So I'd just be like, cutting in foam and doing wood burning stuff. And my husband would come home and be like, why does it smell like that? What happened? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't feel very good. I'm going to go lay down.
What are you talking about? Then you just puke all over the living room.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I like SKS foams too much. This isn't an ad. I'm just saying that his stuff is least toxic. So the formula he used, it's just not as toxic as a lot of other foams.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So, and it has less of a scent as well. So it makes it really ideal for like, because when he was making it, what he had in mind was like cosplayers who are just getting started and younger cosplayers and people who may live in apartments, they can still be able to build. And a barrier to that often is like, you don't have not just the space, but like ventilation.
Yeah.
So a lot, I think it's up to 8 millimeter. You don't even have to heat. As long as you seal it, you don't have to heat it. It will move with the shape of your hands. So you get it where you want it and then start sealing it and just keep kind of molding it with your hands as you seal it, and it'll stay that way.
Huh.
And that's so that, if you're just getting started, you don't have to worry about all those extra steps if you really don't have the space to do so.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea about that. Huh.
He's quite innovative.
Hi, Nerd says Ruru2. Hello, Ruru2.
Hi, Ruru2.
Hi.
Oh my God. So my litter boxes are in this closet over there, and one of my cats just pooped, and the smell is
Nice.
Oh no, they need to bury that shit.
I can hear them trying their best.
They're trying their best.
Dating a cosplayer, sewing machine going in the hotel room until 4 a.m. as you're trying to sleep, and have to wake her in 4 hours, hard pass. Yeah, man.
Right, it's just not worth it, man.
I am proud to say I have never taken my sewing machine to a hotel. I've got a lot of friends who have, but I knew early on, I don't ever want to do that. If it ain't done, it ain't done. I ain't taking the sewing machine nowhere.
I used to do that, but now just no. I pay too much money, and it takes just to get to the con, because I've only guessed it at maybe 4 conventions. And so, yeah, I'm like, I pay too much money to be here, and just no, not doing it.
I will hand sew on the drive there. I will hand paint acrylic in the car, or to finish to fix something that got scuffed at the con. But I won't spray paint at the con, and I won't sew at the do a sewing machine at the con. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow Super Casey, but years ago she did a Harley Quinn. And I'm pretty sure it was Super Casey. And on the way to the con, she made the whole mallet in the car, on the car right there. Like the whole the backseat.
Madness levels.
I was like, you need to make a tutorial video about that. Or just like a vlog, just like a storytelling, like how I made this whole, because it looked really good too.
Made a whole prop in the car on the way to the con.
Like that's next level shit, man.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever do that. Granted, I suck at making props to begin with, but yeah.
I would just feel bad for everyone else in the car for all the Dremel dust that they would have to inhale if I tried to do that.
Yeah.
Oh no. That's a good point, though.
What's up, Tevin? Hello. Sophie, I'm fine. It's not that bad. As she talks. Oh, I see. I was like, what? That's why when you spray paint, you use a well ventilated. Yeah, always use well ventilated areas. Outcast Tortuga, welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here. I'm hanging out with my pals, Mira Scarlet and SynergyCraft. Everybody go do them a follow immediately. Demand it. I have demands. Just put the clear coat down on the road. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Everyone's got masks. Yeah, now I'd be like, you.
Now, yeah.
Hey,
but
yeah,
now there's no
exactly.
cons to go to. So then you don't got to crunch in the car.
I realized the other day that like all the like the cloth masks and stuff that I've made for this year that I could totally like continue. I can just use them for like dremeling and stuff. Like,
Dude, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Saves so much time and energy.
When I first was making like a batch of masks for me and my family, I was like so mad that I had to do it. I was like, this is ridiculous. When this is over in a few months, I'm going to take all of my elastic back because this is wasting so much elastic. I was mad.
A mood.
I was like, my poor elastic.
I feel like I made a shit ton of masks all at once and then I made none.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Same.
Because then all the stores had them, so people didn't need them anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. It just took a while for the stores to actually get them in stock. But when it first like started and like you couldn't even get like the disposable ones easily and like all that crap, when it was just really, everyone was like freaking out and stuff. I was like, all right, it is my duty as a seamstress
It was
to do this.
So last Christmas, me and my husband and parents and grandparents went to Mexico for Christmas. We had Christmas walk to my grandpa, so we wanted to do something different. And on the way back, I started reading the news about the coronavirus. It was happening in China, and I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist in my private time, so I immediately ordered goggles and masks, and everyone was like, "Oh, here's Sophie being over the top again." Do you know how validated I felt in March, guys?
Right?
It's terrible what happened, but all I'm saying is everybody who was making fun of me, like, Sophie crazy. Oh, now you're coming to me for masks. Oh,
who's crazy now?
I'm crazy now.
Yeah, I went to a convention in January and me and Mr. ordered some masks just because we didn't want to get con crud. And then it's like, yeah, we have masks.
Wow.
We knew.
We knew.
I love the way this is looking. The only thing that annoys me is that, like, oh, it's looking great, but now I have to take it off and then sew it all on.
Oh, yeah.
After I singe all the edges.
Are you going to hand sew it?
Yeah, probably. Fun. I do like hand sewing while watching like anime or something though, so I need to get caught up in my hero anyway.
See, I'm that type of weeb that only watches subs, so I can't just have anime on in the background while I work.
I would love that. If it's stuff, I always want to be working on stuff. Like I'm the worst at like just chilling, or I'm playing games on my phone because I like to play cooking games so much. But so I always watch dubs, but I know that my husband Sam, he prefers subs so much.
That's why I'm so behind on anime, because all I do is work, and then I just watch either true crime documentaries or like Bob's Burgers in the background all the time.
Yes, or YouTube, true creep show art on YouTube, and Ready to Glare, and
yes.
I listen to like the way I keep up with everything that's going on in WoW while I'm like just working on cosplay all day is I just like let YouTube autoplay like World of Warcraft news videos and stuff, and I just listen to people talk about that, and I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm ready for WoW now when I'm done working today.
I'm ready, man. Thank goodness for YouTube. Oh God, I almost swallowed a needle.
Girl,
I keep telling myself not to put them in my mouth, but I can't stop.
I always put them in my mouth too, but I'm very conscious about it now because I'm just like, oh God, just imagine if I swallow a freaking needle.
Thank you so much, Outcast. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. said, wishing you ladies a wonderful night.
Thank you.
We probably have to tap out pretty soon. I'm trying to get through these comments before we do. I think I talked about this before when you streamed with April, but a lot of cosplayers are making those ventilator booths. A box back is supposed to. Yeah. That's some. I have a paint booth that's ventilated. So I'm kind of thinking about making. But I'm lazy and I have to go out to the garage for that. And I'm like, or I could stay in this room and no one can see me do the things I'm not supposed to.
Right.
Which is dangerous. Don't do that.
With being in my new
Being
in my new studio, I like have a sliding glass door where I can just like step outside, and like I have a little folding table out there to Dremel and do all my painting now. So it's just like a few foot away for me to go out and do all those things now. It's great.
That is amazing.
This is so satisfying. These are my vinyl transfers I just cut out with my scan and cut machine. But these were already they're little moons. They were already this print or this pattern file is already like automatically on the machine when you buy it. So I don't even have to like open up any software or anything. I just can edit it and arrange it to whatever size I want onto on the scan and cut, and it just cuts them right out. So I'm gonna test it and see if it doesn't burn my tool.
So there's a question. Wolfrider87 on Twitch says, "What's been the hardest cosplay that you've made?" I know for me, like that I've made and that I've finished so far was it was Orphea from Heroes of the Storm 100%, because the sewing was like pretty particular and I'm not the best at sewing, and then making basically a coffin sized prop that I had to carry on my back. That was a challenge.
So beautiful though.
Thank you.
So beautiful.
What about you guys?
I'm trying to think. I almost would say my saber, because that was my first like competition piece. So I did like the full like gown. I did embroidery on it. It had I did the underskirt. Like I did all my undergarments for it as well. And then I made the shoes, the armor for there's chest armor, armor, and then armor on her shoes. And then I made like the crown, and then I made like her giant like king cape. So it just had like all the elements, and I was also extremely rushed to get it done because TwitchCon loves to not tell you until a month before the freaking event that you're actually a part of it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was ridiculous. And then it was also impossible to get like a hotel. Like we were like 10 minutes away from the convention, which is a huge deal when you're in freaking California.
Yeah.
It's the most stressful weekend of probably my entire life.
Oh my God.
It was my first time competing, and it's like I'm on this big freaking stage at TwitchCon in California. I never travel, never been to the West Coast before, and it was insane. It was it was a fun experience, but woo.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. For my little heart, I was just like, oh.
I think the hardest one for me, I'm going to say Herod. I did Zach Fisher's Project Ebonblade Herod for C2E2, not this year, but last year. And I started it because normally outside of COVID times, I love to speed build and I like crying. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
So
suffering is fun.
Yeah, I love it. So it was like, gosh, it must have been it was less than a week before the show when I was like, all right, I'm going to build this whole ass Herod armor. And besides the fact that there were like the gauntlets and stuff had items on them that I had never made before, shapes I'd never made with foam, so that made it more difficult. But like it had chainmail, so I had to cut out all of that. And then the night before, we were getting to the paint stage, like plasti dip and paint, and April was going to be picking me up at 7 a.m. the next morning, and we only had the jig guards left. And I told my husband it was dry enough for him to go ahead and plasti dip for me, and it wasn't. So plasti dip wouldn't dry at all. It was like melting. So we had to scrap my shin guards and make all new ones about 10, 12 hours before April was coming to pick me up. So we did get them done, but it was very difficult because it was like so many new skills I had to do on top of just,
being rushed.
Yeah, choosing to rush myself because I'm a masochist, I guess.
That is so freaking stressful. Holy crap.
But I loved it, and I was really happy, and it looked really cool. The only part that really pissed me off is when we got back from C2E2, I went to do my shoot and video with Eugene Photo Video, which the video is on YouTube. And the last part, we were doing the scene where I was walking down these stone stairs trying to look really cool, and I tripped, and I fell and I ruined all of my shin armor and my shield armor. This time I had to remake. So that costume is never being worn again because it's done for. Bye.
Oh my god.
It's like I'll never want to mess with it again.
Never.
That's like my biggest fear when I finally go to put on Venusaurs, that I'm gonna trip and fall and like bust one of those like complex armor pieces, and I'm just like, oh, throw it in the river. I'm done.
Yeah,
graceful. You'll be graceful.
Yes.
It'd be the first time in my life if I was. So
That's a mood. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I need to tap out. Do you guys want to? I can leave this on if you guys want to stay on. I know you have a stream, Mira.
Yeah, I really want to stay on. Honestly, I could keep working on stuff, but yeah, at like 8:30, I'm playing some spooky games with my friends. So
yeah, I also have to eat dinner and I have to do World of Warcraft things. That's my evening life as well. So
I made rice in my rice cooker like an hour and a half ago, like as soon as I got home. So I'm like, oh yeah, I need to eat.
Well, we have to do this again because this was so much fun.
yeah, absolutely. I had a great time. Always nice.
And thank you to everyone who joined us and asked us questions and hung out. I see lots of people. What's up, Facade Costume? Just hopping in. Elfire Beasto. Hello, pals. Nova headed off. Thank you so much. We will definitely play this again because we want to do the thing. I want to do the thing.
I really enjoy doing these streams, honestly. And I can just talk endlessly about crafting and nerdy stuff and stuff.
Yeah,
so
it was a little bit last minute, so I just kind of grabbed like a project I knew I needed to work on, but I probably can come up with something more interesting next time. So
same.
Chicken wire, you just changed my life. I'm gonna redo that Soren jacket, like the bottom of it for sure.
Dude, try it out. It's great.
Magical chicken wire.
All right, pals. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm gonna end the broadcast now, and everybody be good to each other. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye.
Take care, everybody. Bye, guys.